Are you neighborhood watch? You're the neighborhood watch, huh? You are. When I made this tank top, I made an inside liner, kind of a shelf bra as they call it. That way I don't have to wear a formal brassiere. Not sure if I want to go to the gym today. My head is hurting. Well, I have other things to do. Well, it's bright. Good morning. This is my calathea. I call her calathea. That's the name of the whatever it is. And here I'm trying to grow an apple tree. And here I've got a few little tiny ones coming up. It's catmint, otherwise known as catnip. Yeah, there's always a mess. There's always a mess because I don't really know what to do with it. Got dishes to put away, and I'm going to make a bunch of waffles for several days worth of waffles. And here I made several things. I made cucumber salad. I made cauliflower with cheese and green beans and bacon, and there's the breads. I keep the breads in here because they get moldy so quick. I actually have an iceberg lettuce so I can use it making sandwiches. There's the cheese jar and the onion there. And this is homemade lard, strained bacon fat. When I do the bacon, I cut all the fat and melt that down. Maple syrup. Speaking of melting stuff down, where did it go? This is the leftover fat after I melted most of the fat down into lard juice. This is the leftovers. My grandpa used to call it squatki. I don't know if what that means in Bohemian, but what do the British call it? Larders or something? It's just the crunchy fat. It's the leftover, almost burned, some of it did, fat. Meat candy. Watching Tracy Ullman. It's like a short movie. It's called The Trailer Tales. That's her and the blonde. She's a makeup artist. Making waffles. There's 4 more in there. There's 4 and 4 in here. And about 4 more there. If I have 2 a day, I'll have enough for the week. I think. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the rest of the week. When the little green light comes on, it will mean that they are ready. Boink! There it is. Oh, well, he didn't quite make it to the corner, but that's okay. Brekkie. And that's for the rest of the week. My tea is in the microwave. It just went beep, so I'm gonna eat. I've been lying in this chair for about 3 hours, dozing in and out, and dream and dream and dream. My head hurts. I gotta feel better. It may be due to inactivity, but it might be something. It hurts up here again. And my back, the right side hurts, like kidney area. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like peopling. I've had nausea for a week. And no, that's not possible. So, you know, like when you eat something bad, your stomach kind of hurts. I had waffles and they were good. I have to put the rest away. They're over there on the counter. I put them in a container. Or I can make separate little breakfast containers, so I just draw one out in the morning, which I think I'll do. All I've been doing is sleeping and going pee. Not at the same time, thank you. Well, my humor's still there. So it just must be something, I don't know what. I've heard complaints. I watched Sue on the Real Brits of New York. She's been having weird headaches and stuff too. And other people that I know have been affected. Now, is there some poison being given to us? Knowingly or unknowingly? I don't know. Reminds me of a movie that I thought was really cool. Kind of trippy. It's called Fantastic Planet. Not Forbidden Planet, but Fantastic Planet. It's all animated. I think it was from Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia. These creatures, they kind of look like humans. Kinda. It's all, they're different colors and they have their own habits. When they go to sleep or they meditate, their souls leave their body and they dance around and have sex with other souls. That didn't happen. But anyway, the pests in their world, like we have like rats or cockroaches or spiders or whatever, were little tiny humans. And they went out and they, like we do for mosquitoes, have trucks that spray stuff to try to get rid of the humans. Now, I mean, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I could start a whole lot of them. I'm very convincing if I want to be, but is something being put in the air? Is something being put in our water? Is it something that's going to make us docile or sick or just do whatever they want us to do, whoever they is? Or maybe it's just as ranting as somebody that has a head injury. I don't know. I still have not had dealings with that theater group since I fell. It might have been it. Like I said in a previous vlog, have you sign all kinds of papers that you won't sue them and stuff if you're hurt. I don't even have a copy of those papers. I would think I should be able to, if I want a copy of those. If you sign something, I think you should be able to have a copy of it. Ooh, now I'm holding my head up, I feel a little better. This is stupid. Maybe if I go outside, I'll feel better. But the air, for the whole week now, the air has been kind of funky looking. Now, I've heard of smog in California. Maybe that's what it is. We're close to a highway. We're close to what is that called? A canyon, which can hold air in it for a long time. And it's not because I'm not out doing stuff. And no, I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm glad I have the week's worth of food I stashed in the fridge. I gotta do something. There's a lot of writing projects that I have started, but I have not finished. Maybe it's a depression thing kicking in. I don't know. There's a helpline. I think I might call it. You're allowed to talk to them for 10 minutes every 24 hours. They're just people that are nice to talk to. I don't know if it's a state thing. If it is, good job, California. If it's a religious thing, I don't know. I think every state should have that. Every place should have that. If you're really, really needing to talk to somebody, that you have a number you can call. You have a limited amount of time. So it's just your contact of another being. I don't mind being alone. I like being alone. It just... Ashley's cooking something. Smells like beef. Of course, you know, all this political crap and world crap. Worrying. Everybody's worrying somewhere in their brain, in their head, in their body. Even though they feel confident, there's still a little tiny bit of doubt that somebody's going to do something stupid, and it's going to affect everybody. And those political crap, of all the things to put Trump in court for, they put him in court for hanging out with a prostitute. Can you imagine Silvio Berlusconi if they took him to court for that? He'd have been hung out and dried a long time ago. But he was still prime minister, and he still did prime minister stuff. And all the presidents that I know of, Kennedy had side flings. I don't know. They've all had something, whether it's full-blown nasty stuff or just a little dabbling. There's always something, and we're in the knowledge, information right now at your fingertips world. So we can find out what's going on in Korea or Russia, Turkmenistan, whatever, at the drop of, the touch of a finger on a screen, right? And it's all this stuff, and you have it bombarding you every day. So sometimes a guy just has to unplug, which I can't do right now. I have to leave the phone on in case they need me. I have to, unless I quit that theater group, I have to be able to be near a computer. And you can't really, unless you find some old movie or some old show, there's no media to watch that isn't poisonous. Well, some way, shape, or form. This is the rantings of somebody that's probably has a brain injury. I don't know. Maybe that last bit of brain finally rattled and fell out my ear. May 17th. May 17th is a big day coming up for more than just me. I think there's some other trial or sentencing, or there's all kinds of big crap happening, and it's all going to happen right about middle of May. And that's when I go see the ENT finally, after 3 months of waiting. I could go to an urgent care, but right now I'm at the end of my money for the month because of this car taxes and the car insurance and stocking up on the groceries, so I don't have to do that next time. And cat food, he was out of that. And if my son wasn't letting me live here with them, I would either be dead or laying on the street half dead, because I would have nowhere to go. I'm feeling nauseous again. There's got to be something, inner ear infection or something. There's got to be something. There's got to be a reason. It can't just be something simple as we're all being poisoned, or, that kind of thing. It's easy to slip into that thought. I've seen and met so many people out here that have their own world and they believe it very strongly. People that believe that they've been microchipped and that the government is doing all these secretive things. Well, there are a lot of Air Force bases and things like that out here. Who knows? The government does a lot of things that they don't tell you. That is true. My dad worked for the government for a little while, and what he worked on, he was not allowed to say. Can you imagine that? That's a lot of pressure when you're doing things or living a life you're not allowed to say. When I was married to my abusive husband, I was not allowed to divulge that that's the way it was. I had to pretend like everything was fine. Maybe it's a PTSD stuff that's coming back. I do have a lot of dreams that have that kind of theme in it. This last one that I just dreamed was really weird. Really weird. And half the time it seems like I'm in a movie and you know kind of what's coming up. But you are in this movie, so you go along. Wow, what a bummer. Didn't mean to take that much of a turn in this vlog. But, as I've said before, I do real stuff. I'm not one of those that comes on and is all smiles and pretends the world is fine and that we're all eating candy and drinking lemonade. No. I tell it like it is, or how I feel that it is. A lot of times we, as human beings, have certain ways we feel about things. And it's our truths that we feel strongly about. Now, is it all fabricated? Is it just us? Are certain people on certain wavelengths that think certain ways? Ooh, stoner thoughts. And no, I haven't done any of that. Gosh, the last time I did that was, I don't know, 8 years ago? And it was something that Scott left behind, and it was so strong, the modern weed, that I thought I was dead. And the cat laying next to me, I thought he was dead. I thought, well, how can I be dead if I'm moving and I can see myself moving? That's how wicked the modern stuff is. So that's pretty much when I said, nope, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I see people talking about it all the time. One of Brian's school buddies talks about it all the time. He's not getting anywhere in his life. He's got all kinds of problems, but he does weed every day. And he brags about it, and he shows, now, I mean, you know, it's legal now, which back in the 60s there are people that were put in jail for just having an ounce. Whether they did anything with it or not. Just the fact that they had it, or that they sold it to their friend or whatever. They gave it, shared it. They were put in jail. I don't know how many of those people are still in jail or were released or what. I don't know. Or maybe they died because it's been a long time. Yeah, it's like what's legal and what's not. What's acceptable and what's not. That Tracy Ullman thing I watched was really nasty. Funny, but really nasty. And it's probably true. Debbie Reynolds was in it, and I've heard a lot of things about Debbie Reynolds. And old Hollywood and how things really are. People would not want to be a movie star if they knew how things really were. So Hollywood does a good job of making pretend stuff. I think a little girl that was ignored a lot, namely me, I had to sit in front of a mirror and interview invisible people and then become those people and answer the interviews. That's what gave me the outlet to be goofy and like theater and stuff. Because when you're somebody else, you escape your problems for that amount of time. I was thinking earlier of asking people if they were a cocktail, if they went to a cocktail party and it was open bar, what would they get? And I don't really drink, so I said I would be Perrier water because I like their water. No, not Perrier. What's the other one? Evian. Evian. I like Evian water. I would be Evian water. What drink would you be? I don't know, man. Maybe I'll just sleep the rest of the day. I don't know. Or get up and move around. I'll feel better. I'm going to put this up now. It's right around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And thank you for your well wishes of people like Glinda and Dave and everybody's. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I don't know if it's me, if it's age, if there's something wrong with me, if it's the Earth in its weird rotation around the sun in this weird year. I think it's, is it a Nino or Nina year? No, Nino comes before a Nina year. So, I don't know. There's got to be some reason that everybody is so on the edge. We're all, as Spencer says, I'm frustrated. He uses good words. Upward and onward.